Hey guys, welcome back to another Capital Gains 500 video, and today we are checking out Ford, the Ford Motor Company, one of the best companies in America, and I'm excited to unveil the Ford Bronco to you guys. Just kidding. As you guys know, Ford already unveiled this beautiful car. I love it. Like, oh my gosh, it looks so nice. Wow, very affordable apparently too, as under 30K for a nice Bronco. Wow, hats off to you, Ford. And due to that, the stock has been quite rallying in my opinion. Ford stock has been under $10 for the longest time, and that is mainly due to its financial burden of a whole bunch of debt that it has. So this makes investors very scared with it, especially stock investors, because they know that if the company would go under, they lose all their capital investment that they put into Ford. As we take a look at the 5-year history of Ford, it's been on the downtrend almost every single year. It's been having its ups and downs, but on the big picture, it overall has been on this steady decline. And if we skip the March crash of 2020, you can just continue drawing your line straight down. And it actually would seem that right now it is where it was heading anyway. But thanks to this new spike of news of this Bronco, it's starting to come back up. And again, right now it's currently trading at $6.34. In my opinion, it's a little scary because for a stock trading at around $6, there's almost 1 million people on Robinhood holding it. So this shows you there's a whole bunch of shares out there that it's not pushing the stock price high enough for people to get a nice return. But the nice thing about Ford that I will give it is that it does have a dividend, and it appears to be around 9.84%. But be advised that dividends are a bit scary, as a lot of companies are slashing them or getting rid of them in total to be able to keep capital in the business, to keep trying to reinvest, or others pay off their debt. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ford cut their dividend, but I feel like they're scared to do so, because if they do, then a whole bunch of investors will run off and sell their stock. So I don't know why they want to hold the stock. I really believe that if they want this stock price to have a great comeback, to go back to its prime of, I don't know what the prime is exactly. On the 5-year chart, I can't really tell. On Robinhood, let's check it out on Webull, going to the monthly at its prime of almost $40, which is the high point apparently was $38.39, and since then it's been a huge decline. Went back up and a steady decline once again. This is mainly due to its burden. Like Ford, they keep selling cars every single year. The Ford F-150 is their prime pickup truck, America's favorite truck. Why is their stock so low? Well, it's because they keep going through financial hardship and their debt just keeps getting more expensive. The good thing is right now with this whole crash and the government printing up money, when the government prints up money, debtors get a free pass and they get to kind of write off some of that debt, in the sense that money becomes quote unquote cheaper for them to acquire and pay back on what they owe. So the more money we print out, and especially handouts from the government, they give some money to Ford here. The debt of what they would have to pay, as long as interest rates are low, they can sustain that debt. And because they took out money that was quote unquote more expensive a couple years ago, right now money is cheaper and has less value to the creditors and to the debtors. Well, he still owes the same amount. Hopefully that this whole crisis will help Ford pay off their debt and they can get ahead. Other than the obvious of what they're really pushing for, the Bronco was a huge announcement. Again, congratulations. I really like the car. They're taking the Mustang electric, the E-Mustang. They're doing that. They keep pushing their trucks to the next level. They're doing so much. So I'm actually really glad that this company is being run properly in my eyes, in the form of its divisions are handling what they need to handle. Product and research is doing product and research. The manufacturing is doing its thing, creating awesome cars. The marketing its cars well to the American public and others. And the board of executive is focusing on paying off that debt and figuring out ways, how can we make more money? How can we increase our margins? I believe, though, that it's going to have to take a hit. I think they are going to have to cut that dividend to be able to pay off even more of their debt and just go through cold turkey of, oh gosh, we're plummeting, but we're trying to come out ahead. And again, the stock market doesn't even really face the reality of what's going on in the real world. So I think they can take a hit, but unfortunately to whoever's holding Ford at $6, if they do drop to $3, your investment portfolio will go down 50% on whatever you you have invested with Ford. So that's a little scary thought. And again, that's why I believe they don't want to do it. They don't want to scare off all their investors, but they have to make the tough decisions for what's best for the company in the long run. And I believe in the long run, it's really focusing on that debt and just continuing to innovate and reinvest in the company so it can go into its prime. If we look at the analysis ratings on Robinhood, it's 21% buy, 11% sell. Pretty sketchy, pretty scary, but holding is 68%. And I agree with everyone who's holding, like just hold, let the company do its thing. The bulls are saying that Ford is doing great to continue to grow their market share in America, in North America, which I agree, they're doing phenomenal. But, and this is what's funny, the bulls also say that the Ford stock is undervalued, but it's mainly because of the debt. So the debt needs to be cleared off for this stock to take off. And then the bears are saying that, well, in general, auto industry is very scary and very cynical, especially right now with a lot of people not working in the US or unemployment. How can they afford a car? Why would they be thinking of, I want a car? Everybody has so many things on their mind that maybe a car would be the last thing on their mind. And for Ford to get the full money of a purchase of a vehicle, it has to be from one of their Ford dealers. And as you know, then we still also have the used car dealerships, their competition selling their own cars that were already sold. Tough spot to be if you're a Ford investor, in my opinion. I think in the long run, as long as they do the proper decisions that need to be done, this stock can blossom and bloom. If you got in here early before $5, I think you're doing good. You know, I saw the dip at the bottom was at $4. Let's go to the three. The dip was like under $5. Ford was trading at $4.80. So if you bought a couple of shares back here, you're doing really good. And the ups and downs, you're holding. It went as high as $7.50. Wow, when a lot of people were just really pushed up the stock, and before any announcements of like the Bronco. But again, I think that was its wave. That was a good pump wave, and then people cashed out. But let's see where it's going to go from here on out. And with that, I would like to hear your comments. What do you believe Ford is going to do? Are you holding Ford? Are you a believer in Ford, or are you investing in other companies? Are you investing instead in the other EVs? I mean, Ford also is developing its EV sector, so don't discount them for that either. And where in your eyes do you believe this stock is going to go, and in what time frame? Those are my thoughts on Ford. If you're brand new, make sure to subscribe. If you haven't yet subscribed, you best subscribe, because we are the best investment channel, and I'm doing my best to keep you guys up to date and trying to be unbiased with how I see and how I analyze a company. So for that, you best be subscribed.
Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, Bob and Dog.
Godspeed indeed.
Vehicle pitching downrange.